6 months in England, what I learned United Kingdom. Hello, amazing friends. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have an incredible story to share, a story about a very big adventure I had. For the past 6 months, I wasn't just learning English from books and videos, I was living it. I had the chance to live right here in England. It was a dream come true, and I was so excited, but also a little nervous. Would my English be good enough? Would I understand everything? Many of you asked me about my experience, and believe me, it was full of surprises and amazing lessons. So today, I'm going to tell you what I truly learned in 6 months in England. It's not just about the famous places you see in pictures, but the small, everyday things that teach you so much. So get cozy, maybe grab your own cup of tea, and let's go on this adventure together. My very first, and maybe biggest, surprise was discovering the incredible diversity of English accents. Before coming to England, I thought, English is English, right? Oh, I quickly learned how wrong I was. When I landed in London, the accent was quite familiar, like what you often hear in movies or on TV. But then, as I traveled to different cities and towns, everything changed. If I went to a city like Manchester, people spoke with a very strong, fast rhythm. If I visited a small village in the countryside, their English sounded totally different again. My ears had to work overtime. I remember one time, I was trying to ask for directions, and the person had such a strong local accent that I probably only understood half of what they said. I just stared blankly. I used my handy phrase, "Can you say that again, please?" Sometimes, even simple words sounded new. Like when someone called me mate, I initially thought it was a very formal word, but quickly learned it's a friendly way to say friend. It was a constant listening exercise, like my brain was a detective. This experience taught me that active listening is super important. Don't just hear the words, try to hear the music of the words, the way people put them together. And if you don't understand, it's always okay to ask. Now, I find it fascinating to hear all the different ways English can sound, and it makes me want to learn even more. Okay, next up, the weather. Everyone warns you about English weather, but actually living through it is a whole different story. My second big learning point, how truly unpredictable the weather is. You know, one moment you'll see bright sunshine and blue skies, perfect for playing outside in the park. But literally 5 minutes later, dark clouds roll in, and it's suddenly pouring rain, a proper downpour, sometimes even with strong winds. Then, before you know it, the sun is back out again, like nothing happened. It's like the sky is always changing its mind every hour. Sometimes it's a gentle drizzle, other times it's a huge storm that comes from nowhere. Because the weather changes so much, it's a constant topic of conversation here. It's like a national hobby. If you ever feel quiet and don't know what to say to someone new, just comment on the weather. Oh, it's a bit chilly today, isn't it? Or lovely sunshine for a change. Or hope it doesn't rain later. It's a universal conversation starter that connects everyone. This taught me to always be prepared. My backpack always had an umbrella, even on what looked like the sunniest days. And I learned to dress in layers, putting on and taking off clothes as the temperature changed throughout the day. It might sound funny, but mastering the art of weather talk and dressing for it made me feel like a true local. Now, for something truly comforting and central to English life, tea time is a sacred ritual. It's not just a quick drink, it's a habit, a warm hug in a mug, and a daily pause for many. Before coming here, I thought tea was just a basic drink, maybe for breakfast. But in England, it's a way of life. People drink tea in the morning with breakfast, they'll have a cup of tea, after lunch, during a break from work or school, and even before bed. Fancy a cuppa? Is a common and friendly question you'll hear. And it's not just one type of tea. There's strong English breakfast, light Earl Grey, soothing herbal teas, and many more. Most people here drink it with milk, and some add a little sugar. Tea is also a very social thing. If you visit someone's house, the first thing they'll offer you is a cup of tea. It's a way of showing warmth and hospitality, a moment to sit and chat. And often, tea comes with biscuits, what Americans call cookies, to dip in. Sometimes, for a special treat, people enjoy scones with jam and clotted cream. It's delicious, like a small, sweet sandwich. I used to be a big coffee drinker, always needing my morning coffee. But living in England has definitely turned me into a tea lover. There's something so soothing and comforting about taking a moment to enjoy a warm cup of tea, especially when it's cold or rainy outside. It's a perfect little moment to relax and just be. My time in England also taught me a lot about their unique ways of getting around and seeing iconic sights. It was a new experience from top to bottom, even before I stepped on a bus. The first big, visual difference I noticed was the cars. In England, they drive on the left side of the road, and the steering wheel is on the right side of the car. It looked so strange at first, especially when crossing the street. You always have to remember to look right, then left, then right again. It takes practice. This impacts how everything is set up, even the flow of people walking. The public transport system, especially in London, is amazing. The bright red double-decker buses are everywhere. It's like riding a big red moving house, with great views from the top deck. And the tube, their underground train system, is super fast and helps you get all over the city, avoiding traffic. It's a bit confusing at first, with all the different colored lines and names like Piccadilly Line or Central Line, but you quickly learn how to use a map and get where you need to go. Beyond transport, you can't walk far without seeing something famous or historic. From ancient castles that are hundreds of years old, like Windsor Castle, to the iconic red phone boxes on every street corner, and the huge clock tower of Big Ben, history is truly everywhere you look. It felt like living in a history book, but a very fun and interactive one. Getting around using their unique transport felt like part of the adventure itself. This one might sound simple, but it's a huge part of daily life here. Everything is a queue, a line. And linked to this, I discovered a very unique understated sense of humor. In England, if there are two or more people wanting the same thing, like waiting for a bus, or to buy something at a shop, at the post office, or even waiting for a ride at a theme park, they will automatically form a line. It's called a queue, and it's taken very seriously. Cutting in line is a big no-no. It's considered very rude and people will politely, but firmly, tell you to go to the back. Everyone waits their turn patiently and politely. I quickly learned to look for the end of the line, even if it wasn't obvious. Beyond the queues, I also learned about their special kind of humor. English people often use understatement or dry wit. This means they might say something that sounds very mild or simple, but they actually mean something very strong, often funny or sarcastic. For example, if it's raining cats and dogs, raining very heavily, they might just casually say, "Bit wet out there, isn't it?" Or if something amazing happens, they might say, "That's not bad," when they actually mean that's incredible. It took me a while to understand this subtle humor and the meaning behind the polite words, but once I did, it made conversations much more enjoyable and sometimes made me laugh out loud. My final, and perhaps most heartwarming, lesson is about the amazing politeness of people and how much they say are sorry. People here are incredibly polite. You hear please, thank you, and excuse me constantly in everyday interactions, when you get on a bus, when you buy something, when you ask a question. If you open a door for someone, they'll often say cheers, which means thanks. This constant courtesy makes conversations very pleasant and welcoming. It's a very respectful way to live. But the most interesting thing is how often they say sorry. It's not just an apology for a mistake. They say sorry if they accidentally bump into you, if you bump into them, if they need to walk past you in a crowded place, if they didn't hear you clearly, or even if they just hear bad news. It's often a way of showing empathy, politeness, or just acknowledging a small inconvenience. It's almost like a reflex. I found myself saying sorry more and more too. Linked to this social politeness and community feeling, I also learned that the local pub is much more than just a place to drink. It's a huge community hub, like a big living room for the neighborhood. People go there to meet friends, have conversations, enjoy a traditional meal, like a hearty Sunday roast with roasted meat and vegetables, and just relax in a cozy, friendly atmosphere. Many pubs are very old and full of history. It's a very central part of English social life and a great place to experience local culture. Living in England for 6 months was truly an experience that changed me. It was more than just a trip, it was a real-life immersion into a new culture and a new language. It wasn't a vacation where everything is planned for you. I had to navigate daily life, learn the local customs, understand different accents, and truly immerse myself in English. From embracing the unpredictable weather and appreciating a good cup of tea, to mastering the art of queuing and understanding subtle humor, every single day was a new lesson, a new challenge, and a new discovery. It showed me that learning a language is not just about words and grammar rules, it's about understanding people, traditions, and a whole new way of looking at the world. And I wouldn't trade these 6 months for anything. It was challenging at times, sometimes funny, but always incredibly rewarding. My English journey continues, and I feel so much more confident because of this amazing experience. Thank you so much for watching and sharing this journey with me. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new about England or about language learning, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to Olio English for more fun English tips and stories. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss any new videos. Let's keep learning English together. See you next time.